Hello, I'm Jason Lightoller from Woodside, and today I'm going to show you how to make I-cord, otherwise known by its proper name as slipcord, on a European Superba style knitting machine.
I've got the carriage set on stocking stitch and the tension is set for one number lower, so i.e. tighter than standard garment tension. This yarn is normally knit on this machine at tension 7. This is 4-ply UK acrylic yarn and therefore I'm going to put this at tension 6. I'm going to bring 4 or 5 needles out to holding position depending on how wide you want the actual I-cord, and then taking the length of yarn, just do a simple E-wrap cast on around the needles here, and make sure that when you do that you keep the wraps fairly loose and that the yarn is out of the yarn break there, and that will keep a fairly even tension. On this loose end here, I'm going to take a clothes peg and put that on the end of the yarn, and I'm now going to thread the carriage up and making sure that the yarn is correctly inserted in the clips, and make sure that all these are back. And I'm now going to close the beds up and just make one part of the carriage across using the settings that I've just described. And then what I'm going to do is just lower the beds again. Then I'm going to put a claw weight on this part here, and then close the beds up again, and then just do maybe 1 or 2 more passes. There we are, just to get that going. And now I'm going to change the carriage settings. So what I'm going to do now is press this circular button, which is this one, and because we're only using one carriage, i.e. the back bed, what it will do, it will slip in one direction and knit in the other as we go backwards and forwards. And now all we do is we just continue knitting, and we just go backwards and forwards for however many rows or however long you want the slipcord to be. And as you can see, what's happening is that as I go to the left, I'm going to just zoom in there, it's slipping to the left, and then as I go to the right, it's knitting off, and then as I return to the left, it's slipping in that direction, and as I go to the right, it's knitting off the stitches. And that is what makes the knitting curl inwards and creating the slipcord. And then what you need to do as you progress with this, you need to just move the weight up every 20 rows or so. Now, I don't know how many rows I've done there, it's just a fair few. What I'm going to do is just take the weight off, and I'll lower the beds, and we'll have a look. Let's take this clothes peg off, and here we are. And that is a very well made I-cord, otherwise known as slipcord by its proper name. And that is the process. It's very simple, it's very easy, and it's very effective. And there are lots and lots of use for this particular technique.